stepping up from set-piece coach to replace Thomas Frank. Lions and England's second row Ollie Chesham says whoever they face in any of the Australia Tour's provincial warm-up games will be bang up for the contest.
I'm sure for the Western Force lads and all the teams that we face in the future to be part of a team that, potentially, beats the Lions is, going to be a massive thing for them. So we expect to face the best of everyone, but then, we expect to put the best of ourselves out there. And if I get the opportunity this weekend, then I'm like everyone in this camp there, chomping at the bit to put on the shirt and play for the Lions. And hopefully, who knows.
It's after Wallabies coach Joe Schmidt has warned he won't release players from his squad for those games. But Lions CEO Ben Calverley says that's not what was in the contract.
The agreement is very clear. It says that Test players have to be released to play in the fixtures leading into that Test series, and so that's our expectation.
And one of Celtic's Lisbon Lions, John Clark, has died at the age of 84. Martin O'Neill managed the Hoops and Clark was his kit man.
Just say at the end of the game I was always like the last one to leave the dressing room, and I would be sitting down having a conversation with John Clark, just running through the game. I had the utmost regard for him, as a judge of football as well too, and as a player in the Lisbon Lions. He was a really, really great man.
All the latest is at talkSPORT.com.
Welcome to the Sports Bar on talkSPORT. Jamie O'Hara, and him over there, Jason Cundy.
Yeah, has anyone seen a decent chair in here?
Oh, it's such a shambles every day. Marcus Rashford and Garnacho have been at it again, disrespecting Man United over the weekend. Should it be a priority to get these two out this summer? Meanwhile, things are looking bright for Crystal Palace as there's fresh hopes of them staying in the Europa League. Should they cash in on their captain Mark Gay this summer? Cundy, sort your chair out. Honestly, it's a joke. We have a special show tonight, though. We are joined in the studio by Chelsea fan and chaser Sean Wallace. He's going to go up against the Sports Bar in some trivia. You can help us out. 03 717 22 3344. It's the Sports Bar on talkSPORT.
How you doing?
Yeah, you alright?
No, I'm not, actually. Now you can't mention it. No, I'm not.
What are you whinging about?
No, I'm not. Because the
sort your chair out. You've got loads of time.
Keeps sinking.
It's like your career.
That's something a long time ago, mate. Something a long time ago.
Oh,
I'm good, though.
dear.
I'm back. I'm okay.
You're
now
back?
I've got a chair.
Yeah, you're all right? You're all good?
No, I'm okay
you're settled?
now.
You feel a bit flustered?
You need to start the show well. Do the first thing well. Good. Get your first tackling, first touch, first part. All of that. Do well.
Yeah.
Chair's falling down, mate.
Mate, you come in here like a shambles every single night.
Nothing to do with me.
You never start the show well.
I'm not
and
the chair.
It never gets much better.
The chair. It's chair's fault.
You're blaming the chair for your bad performance.
I'm happy now.
Are you?
Look at me.
Yeah.
Happy.
Right, okay. You all good, though? What you done at the weekend?
You're gonna be grumpy this week. Grumpy boy last week, mate.
Well,
you were.
I wasn't grumpy.
But you were, Jay.
Well, I've got a bit of a bone to pick with you.
You were very grumpy.
No, I've got a bit of a bone to pick with you.
There we go. You're still grumpy from last week.
No, grumpy.
It's not my fault. You went to Ibiza, had too much fun. It's not my fault.
All I'm going to say is you're mugging me off.
Yeah, well, it's good.
No, because I made a complaint about the flip-flops thing, right? Yeah?
Yeah.
And you made a joke of it. Yeah? And you and Goldstein, done like a whole thing about it, running down in my flip-flops to have a pint, over the road, come back, see how quick we can do it. Right? So you're mugging me off again when I've made an actual... complaint about it.
Well,
and in the office, you just don't care.
No, I didn't care, and I had to double down on the old flip flop. So on Friday, I did drive. I thought I've got to go in. I've got a show. I'm doubling down on the flip flop, and I doubled down, mate.
Right.
Management were here. No word was said.
Management were here.
Management were here. Not a word was said.
Said nothing about it.
Nothing, mate. Man, what are you going to say? Change your footwear.
Well, yeah.
Get stunned.
I'm going to message him.
Message them. I've got trainers on days.
Do you know what's annoying, right?
Go on.
I had a barbecue at the weekend, didn't I?
Yeah.
Great barbecue.
Well, thanks for the invite.
I did invite you, and you said no. Yeah? So let's just put this out there. I invited you.
You did.
And Hannah, and Leo, and the dogs.
One's dead. Only got one. One
We've
died.
only got one now. And you was like, no, sorry, within not even a minute, right? You didn't even let it settle. Within,
I couldn't make it,
within
mate.
20 seconds, I had a message back saying,
Put you off the scent.
sorry, mate, can't
I
make
couldn't
it.
make it.
I was like, I've literally just finished typing.
Yeah, well, get the message.
I was like, that was pretty sharp.
No,
like,
I did say
Hannah
thanks for the invite, but no, I can't make it. What am I meant to do? I hadn't seen my boy in nearly 2 years. He's come from Australia. Anyway.
No, we had a good time. You missed out.
Anyway, how was your weekend?
I'm good. How did Chelsea get on? How did Chelsea get on?
We got beat.
What?
Got beat.
Got beat? By who?
Can't remember now. Who beat us?
You got beat?
Who beat us?
Whooping.
Yeah, it was a bad defeat in
Did
the
you
end,
get
mate.
whooping?
It was a bad defeat in the end, mate. Went out 10
Who
men.
did you get beat by?
Should know, shouldn't I?
What do you mean you don't know? You've done the commentary.
No, I didn't do the comms.
Oh,
on
you
that
just
one.
watched the game.
I was just watching it, mate.
Right.
After the,
Good team.
who are they? Flamingo? It is Flamingo.
Flamengo.
Played against a load of birds, pink birds. Flamingos beat us.
Got beat by flamingos.
Yeah, mate. It was bad. Jackson,
shambles.
2 red cards in 3 games he's got, the boy. Not,
No, he did get sent off again, did he?
got sent off again.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did.
Well, he's been sent off twice.
2 in 3 games. One against Forest. So he's out. I think he only gets 1 game suspension in this. So we got a game Wednesday morning.
Yeah.
2 o'clock in the morning.
What's up with you lot? Get
Well,
beat by Flamengo.
we still go through, mate. We're playing Tunis. We're playing a fish.
Yeah, we got beat by Flamingos.
No, it's not good. It's not
Come on, mate. It's not good, is it?
It's not good, mate. No, who you got in the competition? Who are you playing? Yeah,
Super
Flamengo.
Cup. Super Cup.
Flamengo, mate. Yeah, they were. I mean, they were better than us. In all honesty,
South American teams have done all right in this Club World
mate,
Cup. They've
yeah.
actually looked pretty decent.
they have.
They've actually
They
done well.
have. Athletic, what happened in the end? Athletic, they've gone out in the end because when we come on air, they scored late on, mate. They needed another 2 goals. I think
Yeah,
their
looks
history.
like I think they're gone. Yeah.
They've gone.
Let's talk about look.
What?
This massive story that's going around about Garnacho and Rashford.
Yeah.
Have you seen it?
Yeah, of course they have.
Yeah. Is it a big deal? Because I don't feel like it is.
He's an idiot, mate.
Is he an idiot?
I think he is.
Why?
Because it's so unnecessary. It's so unnecessary. You know, he's got Rashford's shirt on. It's not even a Man United shirt.
Yeah, I know.
Villa.
Right. Well, it's because Marcus Rashford's been at Villa.
He's not. He was there since January, mate. It's not like he's a legend, is it?
No, I know, but
Mate,
it's his shirt.
all he's doing is poking the. He's just poking the fans, poking Man United. You know, it's fine. You know, I don't know whether is he a bit of a bad egg? Do you think?
Garnacho.
Don't know, mate. He's not. His reputation's not great.
I don't know him,
No,
but
I
listen,
don't know
I like him as a football player, and I think he's a decent player.
He's a bit of an idiot, though, isn't he?
Look, they're young lads. They all.
What's he doing?
Well, he's
If
got
that- do you know
his
what, right?
mate's shirt on.
Right, that takes effort. To go and get a Villa shirt with Rashford on the back.
No, he's probably just sent him. Marcus Rashford sent that to me. He ain't gone and bought it and put Rashford
But
on
it takes
the back.
effort.
Doesn't take no effort.
It takes effort,
It's
Jay.
a Marcus Rashford shirt
Jay, it takes
that
effort.
he's probably sent him.
Everything takes effort. So
That's not effort.
Right, I tell you the
He's
effort,
gone
right?
where is he? He's in our beefer.
I tell you what
right?
the
And
effort
he's
is,
put a
right?
shirt on. It's
Tell-
not a big deal.
I tell you the effort is, right? One, he then thought, I know what would be a good idea. I'm going to put Rashford shirt on. Not even a Man United shirt. Not even an England one. Right? Villa. Then he's gone to the effort of someone taking it. Then he's got the effort of posting it. There's a lot of effort that's gone in there.
There's not
That's
effort,
not an
that's-
accident.
What do you mean? I don't know if they're clever enough to be like that. Like,
Well,
you know, like what?
do you honestly think he's? Oh God! Look at the shirt. Look at
I thought
Rashford.
I thought it was quite a good picture.
Well, the back of his head.
Oh, it's the back of
Can't
his head
even
with
say it's
Rashford, and it was it a Lamborghini or something, a Ferrari.
Mate, honestly,
come on, mate, like they're
Nah.
young lads.
Mate, look, fine, be young, but there's a lot of young lads out there, right? It's just.
I don't
Mate,
think
I'm gonna use the word
everyone's
again.
making a big deal out of it. Like they're always trying to, you know, like because there's not much going on at the moment and there's not many stories to talk about, and you go and make this huge story out of Garnacho wearing his mate's shirt. Like I don't understand
Well,
the
do you know
whole
what? I couldn't care
hoo-ha about it.
I couldn't care less.
Like, who cares?
But it's
Man United don't want him.
Ask Me United fans what they think of it, right?
Okay.
Because it's a little bit of a slap in the face, and he's deliberately slapping them. He can little, isn't he?
Was it a little?
What is that?
It's not bad, that.
That's better. I think he's just poking the bear, isn't he?
I don't know if he...
Oh, he is. He
Look,
is.
Man United made it pretty clear that they don't want Garnacho, right? And they don't want Rashford. So what's the problem?
Because of how he's going about it. I mean, if you're a manager of another club,
come out and slaughtered the whole football club.
if you're a manager of another club, would you want him at your club?
Yes. Yeah, I would. Yeah.
You're happy? Okay, fine. I mean,
Yeah,
do you
I
know
would.
what?
Yeah, I would because he looks like a young, brilliant football player.
Because there's a lot to like, but there's also a lot of like, come on, are you that thick?
Mate, you ain't got anything about you if you can't handle your players. Do you know what I mean? If you're a manager and you look at Garnacho, you go, yeah, all right, he's might be a bit hot-headed or he might have a bit of character about him, but you got to have a bit about you as well. So you have to deal with players like that.
It's just totally unnecessary, and he's just being an idiot. That's how I see it. Up and down. To be honest with you, maybe you're right. Maybe there is too much of it. But my opinion of him, he's an idiot.
Okay, let's ask Mike. He's a Man United fan. Mike?
Hi, mate. Hi, guys. How are you?
All right, Mikey.
All right,
You good?
Mikey.
Yeah, I'm not too bad. Yeah, enjoying the sunshine, mate.
Yeah, it's lovely, isn't it?
Yeah.
Go on,
It's nice, isn't it?
yeah. What'd you make of this situation, Rashford and
Well, they're both idiots, aren't they?
Well, no. Why?
Well, I'm not being funny. Under any other, if you're the manager, the coach, get a hold of them and say, right, I want you out of my football club.
Well,
because
he's
you
already said
can't
that.
have Well, I'm not being funny. Look at the images.
Yeah.
I saw the pictures, but it's wrong.
He ain't
though, isn't it?
falling
I mean,
out of a
it's the
nightclub,
culture.
is he?
No, but it's the culture of the football club that's wrong, mate.
Well,
He has to
but they
start-
don't want him. He's told him he don't want Garnacho. Rashford knows he's not wanted. Right, so what's the problem? They're not falling out of a nightclub. He's got a Marcus Rashford shirt on.
Aston Villa. He's wearing a shirt of another
Okay,
team.
well, Marcus Rashford was playing for Aston Villa.
Mate, come on, do me a favour. Don't be that naive. He's doing it. You know what?
I know, but
It's
it's like, get him out of here. And, you know,
Oh, they want him gone
Marcus-
anyway.
Yeah, they want him. Like, what do you mean?
That relationship's broken down completely. It's so unnecessary. It's just, if he was my son, right, I'd be phoning him up, right, saying, "What on earth are you doing and why? Why are you doing that? What's the question? Why? What is the objective? What's the aim? What is he trying to achieve?"
It's my mate's shirt.
Right.
No?
And you don't believe that, and neither do I, because you'd be lying.
When I saw it, I instantly thought, he's got his mate's shirt on. He's repping his mate. He's a football player.
Did you?
Yeah,
That's the first thing you thought.
Well, then my second thought was, well, Man United players won't like that. Do you know what I mean? That was my second thought.
That was my first thought. Well, man, what's he doing?
Yeah.
You numbskull.
Mike, I mean, look, you've got to get rid of him, right? I get that, but it ain't that easy.
Well, it's the problem, isn't it? I mean, it's the problem we've had since Ferguson. Whoever signed the checks for these players, you know what I mean? They want massive money. Whoever signed these players are not doing their research properly, how much these players are getting.
No, but you've got a problem because he joined you when he was young, didn't he? So he's been there a long time. This is not a young kid.
He should be a leader in that dressing room. He should be showing an example to these boys.
How old is he? Has he gone at you?
He's young.
I'm not going at you, but I mean, Rashford, when he was in... when he was in
Rashford, he
United-
moves on to Rashford now.
No, I'm on about, but he comes from that. At 27, he's 27 years of age, should be a leader in that dressing room.
Rashford now. Right.
Yeah, but the problem you got, Rashford's kicked up the fuss last season. Now the rest of them are doing it. You got to nip it in the bud.
Well, I mean, the problem... what are you going to nip? The problem you've got, these players are on so much money.
Yeah.
They just
you
gonna
nip it in the bud, but
you know.
you got rid of it and nothing changed. You got worse. So...
Well, we said this, didn't we? I mean, he's on about, 10 games? I reckon about... Well, how many games did you give him? About 10 games? If we're anything like last season, no improvement, he's gone.
Who? The
Manager, isn't he?
Amorim, yeah. Mm.
Yeah, I give him about 10 games.
We
can't have another season. I dread to think what we're going to be next season. I dread to think.
You can't afford to get off to a dodgy start, can he?
No, he can't get... No, he can't have a dodgy start. If he has a dodgy start, mate, he's under pressure already.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm not convinced anyway. Mike, thanks for your call, mate.
Cheers, Mikey.
Man United fans, you can have your say on that situation today. Give us a call, 03 717 223344. But we are bringing you a sports bar chase special. You, the callers, and Cundy will take on Sean Wallace in the best quiz on talkSPORT. Help us out. You know what to do. Give us a call. You're listening to the Sports Bar on talkSPORT with talkSPORT Bet. Download the new talkSPORT Bet app today. 18 plus. McGanway.org. You are listening to the Sports Bar on talkSPORT. Me, Jamie O'Hara, and Jason Cundy are going to be speaking to our European football expert, Kevin Hatcher, a little bit later on to take us through some transfers. But first, he's a barrister, a mastermind champion, and one of Britain's best-known quiz brains. You'll know him as the Dark Destroyer on ITV's The Chase, a fierce competitor with a razor-sharp mind and a passion for knowledge. Please welcome Sean Wallace.
Shawnee, boy.
How you doing, Jay?
Shawnee.
How are you, matey?
Yeah, good. Really good.
Absolute pleasure. I don't know how we managed to get you on, but you know, we're pulling out all the stops here, aren't we?
When you started talking about things, definitely not talking about me. That's for sure.
Sean, look, it's an absolute pleasure to have you on, mate. I really appreciate you coming in.
Yeah.
We'll talk to you about the Chase and everything, but I'm going to get straight into it. You're a Chelsea fan, right?
Since 1967, been a fan. Yeah.
And you're having an absolute stinker in the World Cup.
Well, we had a bad game in the against Flamenco. A bit of ill discipline by Jackson, but apart from that. Yeah, we're there.
Why have you always been Chelsea?
Yeah, ever since I was a kid. Yeah. And,
where was home? Where were you brought up?
I live on the same road I grew up on 65 years ago in Wembley.
No, you don't.
Yeah,
You're on the same road.
Same road.
Was he M25?
See, everyone must know you, right?
Yeah.
Everyone down that road.
Yeah, and I'm proud to actually be there. And, they're proud of me, what I've achieved in my life. So
Absolutely.
So you've moved, though, right?
Well, I moved across the road to keep an eye on my mum so she could do my washing, cooking, cleaning.
Yeah. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Where did it all start in terms of, doing what everyone knows you for, the chase? Because
as a quizzer, I used to love watching quiz shows as a little kid, and it's easy sitting in the comfort of your sofa watching quiz shows. I wanted to see how good I was, and for me, it wasn't about. I wanted to see how competitive I could be in the quiz show, and if I was the best player, then I'd claim the prize. And I always wanted to do Mastermind as a little kid. I wanted the very first one in September '72, and you know what they say about procrastination, it's a thief of time. And when it took off in 1997, I thought my chance had gone. So when they resurrected it, I decided, right, I'm going to go for it. And all my subjects were on football. So
really?
Yeah. So in the first round, I did European Cup finals since 1970. I'm a passionate supporter of the England football team, so I did all their matches at the then European Championships from 1963, all the qualifying matches up until 2004.
Sorry, all the ones we go out to Estonia, all those sort of games.
Yep. They asked me some.
It's just outrageous.
And because I live a stone's throw from the National Stadium, I did FA Cup final since 1970. Jeez. So out of 55 questions they asked me in the 3 rounds, I got 3 wrong.
That's amazing.
But my general knowledge was stronger than my football knowledge.
So where have you got this from? How has this happened? Have you always had a knack for remembering things?
For me, it's all about interest. If you're interested in something, you can remember it. And I'm no cleverer than you guys. I'm telling you. I'm not just saying that because I'm
mate.
Listen, everybody has an interest in something.
Have you heard the show?
No, I have heard the show, and you guys are very knowledgeable. So I'm always a firm believer that if you're interested in something, you can remember it. So for me, it's always about interest.
I've been interested in a lot of things in life, and I don't remember half of them.
And remember, Jamie, I'm a trained barrister. I've been a barrister for 41 years, so I'm trained to think on my feet, research, and be fearless.
Are you still a barrister now? Do you still do?
Yeah.
That is your occupation?
It is, and I always want to be remembered as a barrister who happens to be on TV, not the other way around.
Yeah. Well, you're famous for being on TV.
Yeah, I am, but
recognise that.
I owe the bar a great deal because I've used those transferable skills in the shark-infested world of entertainment. So I'm always grateful to the bar.
Is there a way of remembering stuff? Like, is there
interest? Everybody has their own techniques.
When you say interest, I get that, but is there not like you go right?
You have a technique, aren't you?
Is there a technique? Yeah.
No, as I say,
we just sit and watch games from 1970.
Yes,
and remember it.
Okay, as a little boy, I used to love watching FA Cup finals, League Cup finals. You remember all the European finals when England were playing World Cups, But when I was doing Mastermind, I thought like a question setter as opposed to a contestant. So I was trying to think of what questions they could ask me, and one of the best questions they asked, because they always used to ask you the question. Who was the first England player to ever be sent off? And that happened in the European Championship semi-final. It was Alan Murray. And I said to myself, I bet they're going to ask me who he fouled. Yeah. And they did. Yeah. And they asked me a question about Wayne Rooney's first ever goal against Macedonia in 2003. And they said, who laid the ball onto him? And I remember it was a long ball. Emil Heskey nodded it on. And Rooney went on to score. So things like that. Do you remember Arkim Satiri, the West Brom winger? So he was the last. David Seaman's last ever international was in a 2-2 draw against Macedonia, right. And I remember, sadly for David, he always used to get lobbed. So the corner came across, and it was from that He was playing for West Brom at the time, and it went in the back of the net. So I knew they were going to ask me questions like that. So you try to think like a question setter.
Right, I see. Outside the box, because whoever
not the obvious.
No, not the obvious.
Yeah, because it's. When you're at that level, I guess you got to go to.
In the grand final, they asked me. Remember when Ricky Villa scored that brilliant goal?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, they said who passed it to him, and I remember Tony Galvin got the ball. He was wearing number 9 on his shirt. I remember it was yesterday.
No one would remember that.
No.
But, yes, I did.
He did.
Yeah.
He did.
and another brilliant one. Because remember when Spurs had never lost in a cup final up until 1990, FA Cup final, not until 1987 against Coventry, and when they first came out, they had the Holston shirts, but only 5 of them had it on their shirts. Only 5 of Spurs.
No way.
Yeah.
Well, only 5 of them had it on the.
I don't know why they didn't, but I thought they was going to ask me that question, but they didn't. So the question I thought they were going to ask me, and they did, was when Gary Mabbott scored the own goal. They said to me, "Who put the cross in?" And I remember it was Lloyd McGrath.
It's unbelievable, isn't it, mate? Yeah, I mean, it's incredible knowledge to have, isn't it?
Yeah.
Do you think there's a question that someone... Do you reckon a fan could phone... Or
I'm sure. Okay, if we're going to ask questions, keep it to the England football team, FA Cup finals and European Cup finals. Then we'll see how good I am. Keep it to that.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, 03717 223344. If you have got a question you think you can outsmart him with. England?
The England football team, either the World Cup or the European Championship, FA Cup finals, you can go back to 1960, and European Cup finals, let's go back to 1970. Wow. Ask me any question on that, we'll see. Yeah.
I mean, I thought your knowledge was pretty good.
Well, I've got, not like that. That's like, the nuances, the finer details. I can remember certain things. We all can, right? But it's the little small details that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. How long have you been doing the chase for?
Since June 2009. So me and Mark were the first chasers. Then we did a pilot, 10 series pilot. Then once they took it on, the show's gone on from strength to strength.
Yeah, it's great. So, it's an amazing show. Yeah, me and you need to go on it, Cundy.
I think you'd be good. I'm not saying you wouldn't, Jace, but I think you'd be good. So if you want to come on, bro.
That's exactly what you're saying.
Exactly what you're saying.
Exactly what you're saying.
Basically, you're rubbish.
Yeah, that's exactly what you're saying.
So if you want to come on,
no, mate, I'm not. Did you not see my one on Pointless last week?
Listen,
mate, I was on Pointless last week, and I went out, and the first question.
Well, guess what? It's pointless, bruv. You know what I mean? This is the chase. You know what I mean? You do okay. You know, we wouldn't try to embarrass you.
No, but it's pressure.
Leave that to him.
Pressure. Listen, if you can play in a cup final, then you can.
Yeah, I know, but it's different when you've actually got to use your brain for like something that you know. It's like your comfort zone, isn't it?
You'll be fine.
It's a great show, though.
It's a brilliant show.
Do you love it?
I absolutely love it. We're in the middle of filming Beauty Chasers at the moment. So,
oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's just like,
and you're doing there must be celebrity versions as well. Right?
Yeah, we'll be doing that in October. So if you fancy your chances, I'll have a word with the producers.
Celebrities. No, that's too
You're celebs in you.
Z-listers.
No.
Scraping the bottom of the barrel.
My mate said to me, I'm a celebrity in my own mind, but that's another story altogether.
Yeah. We're going to talk to you about Chelsea. If you have got a question that you think you can outdo Sean on, give us a call on 03717 223344. We're going to do a quiz as well. We're going to need your help. And you're listening to the Sports Bar on talkSPORT with talkSPORT Bet. Download the new talkSPORT Bet app today. 18 plus. Began Red Dog.
I Feel Loved by Donna Summer.
You are listening to the Sports Bar talkSPORT. Me, Jamie O'Hara, and Jason Cundy. We have our trivia special. We need your help. 03717 223344. If you've got a question you think you can stump Shawnee on, give us a call because we have got the man from the chase, Sean Wallace. He is with us. Loads to talk to you about. You're a barrister. You're a quiz master. You're also a football manager. Yeah.
I manage a team called Interlegends. I was contacted last year by a guy called Jack Whiting, who put together this team of ex-professionals, and we go around the country playing, raising awareness for various charitable causes. So it's fantastic.
Yeah, he's asked me a few times to play, Jack. If I knew you was the gaffer, I definitely would have said that.
Yeah, but we're a wonderful team, actually, and we got players like Aaron McLean, Derek Asamoah, Craig McCarr-Smith, and Ben Whiting, who's Jack's brother, who won my Player of the Year award. So what I normally do at the end, I bring little trophies and I give them, to man of the match. And, and they really do.
Get down there, Jay.
I'd love to.
Leroy Leeton's our top goal scorer. You'd be fantastic, bro.
Yeah, Leroy's still good.
Oh yeah, he's still notching.
As Aaron McLean as well. He can still play. He's a good boy, Azza. I can't, mate. You don't want me in that. They're all fit boys.
No, we love you in this. If you fancy it, if you fancy it, just give us a shout.
Limping about, yeah.
Yeah, but we're a great bunch of guys actually, and we last played at St Mary's on June the 7th actually, and we had to call that game off because after 70 minutes it was like a swimming pool on the pitch.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I didn't want any players to actually, because players are sort of diving in on the other side, and we didn't want any injuries.
Yeah.
So we had to sort
get a bit carried away. Some of the opponents.
Yeah, some of them do. Yeah, and one of the best players I've ever managed was the brilliant Joe Cole.
Oh yes.
So Joe's wonderful. Actually, he came down to we did it wasn't for Interlegends, it was for another team for Bree Fathers called Sands United, and we played at Haringey Football Club, and Joe came all the way down. Yeah. And listen, he was always a legend for me at Chelsea, but. He was so fantastic, and I loved the boy.
Yeah,
and he called me Gaffer. I couldn't believe it.
Did he? Did he?
Yeah,
He's a great lad, Joe. Yeah. He's still a top player, no?
Absolutely.
Just on Chelsea, obviously you've seen him struggle at the moment, but...
Well, we struggled in the last game. As I say, we were 1-0 up, and I thought, it was going to be... a nice little victory, but again, a little bit of ill discipline and a bit of inexperience, especially by Nicholas Jackson, cost us really, and which is a shame because after winning the Europa Conference League, which for me,
the what?
Yeah, the Europa Conference League.
Donald Duck Cup.
Donald Duck Cup. But whatever you call it, Jamie, guess what? We won a lot. Every European trophy that has been on offer, we won it. Yeah. Okay? Twice, actually. Thank you.
He had the nerve to call himself
twice, Bob.
Champions of Europe.
Oh, Champions of Europe.
I'm about to put him straight a few times. What do you think?
Although, remember, Spurs were the first British team to win a European trophy, and they were the first British team to win 2 different European trophies twice.
Well, since then, things haven't
And since then, downhill, bruv. Downhill. Downhill. I love going to 3-point lane. I love it.
I know. Every single game we play. I think since I've been doing the show with Jay now, it's 3 years.
I've had a bad run.
They've only won 1 game.
Right, so I was at the game in December. So when we went 2-0 down, I wasn't even bothered. Wasn't even worried. So because I always stand up to Spurs, and because I go with a dear friend of mine called Chris Sweeney, who's a diehard Spurs fan, and we've been sort of having a banter between each other for 50 years, and we always go to Spurs and Chelsea. So every time Chelsea scored, I stood up, clap, sat down, stood up, clap, sat down. Loved it.
It was great. But I want to talk about Delap, because obviously we saw, last season, Jackson had those injuries. We did miss him, there's no doubt about it, but I felt we need another centre forward. What have you made of that signing?
Well, I think it's been a really good signing. I mean, he could have had his pick of clubs, and he really showed how good a player he was in the struggling side last year, and he's 22. He can hold the ball up well, he can lead the line well, and he's playing with better players, I think.
Yes, he is.
And I think if he sort of establishes a sort of rapport with Cole Palmer,
well, they played together, didn't they?
They certainly did. And obviously the connection with Maresca being at City as well. Right. I've got high hopes for Liam Diop, and I think if he hits,
do you think he can be like Drogba level?
Yeah, I think he can be.
Do you?
I really do. If he can hit the ground running, I expect him. I hope that he'll make England's World Cup squad next year.
There's a bit of a dearth, isn't there, up top when you think about it? When you get past Harry Kane and who's that next?
Yeah, exactly.
Rung. Who are those players?
Exactly.
Next generation of players.
And I love Harry Kane, and but he's going to keep himself fit and he can go on for a long time. I do hope, and I think it's really possible for him to score 100 goals for England. I really do.
I agree with that.
But, he's not getting any younger. No. But as you say, before Raheem Sterling left the team, who scored about 20 goals for England, the goal scoring sort of regulars for England has been a dearth, and that's going to be a worry, I think, going forward for the England national team.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see. What have you, in terms of Chelsea and the teams that you've watched over the years? You've probably seen some. What was your most favourite team?
Well, as a young kid growing up, obviously, Chelsea have had unparalleled success over the last 19 years, and I remember the sort of, the barren
the dark
years.
days with Cundy.
When I was playing.
No, Jason, I used to love it when you played.
So where were you when you were? I said, I'm playing for him.
No. But as a young boy, I will always point to the sort of the team of the 60s and 70s. The Osgoods, the Hutchinsons, and for me, Chelsea have had wonderful players coming through at Stamford Bridge. We've had the Haaaaas, we've had the Zola, but for me, the best player for me will always be Pete Osgood, because for me he was the king of Stamford Bridge. I thought, and I remember when he scored that equalising goal in the FA Cup final. I was 9 years old.
Who assisted?
It was 1-2 between Hollins and Cook. Cook put a cross in, and my boy just ghosted him. Bang! 1-1. Get in there. The mighty Leeds were going for the treble in 1970 and ended up winning nothing.
Dirty Leeds. Dirty Leeds.
We've got a couple of people who want to have a chat with you. I've actually got nearly a full switchboard here if people want to get some questions up.
Okay.
You reckon we can put him under the spot?
Come on, he can handle the pressure.
Of course I can handle the pressure. Of course I can.
Can we get a good one up? Oh, he's trying to find a good one. Some of the questions are too easy.
Oh, okay.
All right, we've got... What was it? Who won man of the match in the 1968 European Cup final?
Man United, right?
John Aston. Yeah, the winger, John Aston.
I don't know if that's correct.
I think it was John Aston. And interesting fact about that. Do you know the substitute for the 1968 European Cup final for Spurs?
Well, I was born in 1986, so
okay.
No idea.
Was it? There used to be the assistant manager.
You know the substitute was? It was Jimmy Rimmer.
I wouldn't remember.
The goalkeeper.
No.
It was one sub.
Yeah, one sub, and it was Jimmy Rimmer.
It was goalie.
Yeah, it was a goalie.
Wow.
Then he played in the 1982 European Cup final and lasted only 7 minutes.
That's right.
So he's got 2 Winners' Cup medals, playing 7 minutes in total.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it was John Aston.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to break early because I want to get some of the calls up and I want to get a load of questions coming your way. So if you have got a question, because we're going to do a quiz with you, which the Cundy and the Sports Bar
I
listener...
love the way I've been thrown into there.
I'm going to ask the question. Cundy and the caller.
Oh, mate.
We'll get Sean. And then we're going to see if people can try and stump you with a question.
Okay, no, I'm sure they will, but, you know my topics. You bring those over. We'll be all night, lads.
Help
all
us out. 03717 22 3344.
O'Hara's looking serious.
Yeah, well, you know, you are listening to the Sports Bar on talkSPORT. Me, Jamie O'Hara and Jason Cundy. We are doing a trivia special now. We need your help. 03717 223344. And that's because we have a very special guest in the studio, all the way from the Chase Studios. Sean Wallace is alongside us. Now, he's backing himself with this, but Cundy, we've got some callers for you.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. Right. So you're going to ask a question.
It's going to be...
And we're going to bring a caller to air, and we've got to come up with an answer, yeah?
Yes.
Right, okay.
It's 10 questions each.
Oh, we're doing... Okay, right.
Yeah, so this is a proper triv, right? 10 questions each.
He's not even...
Sean,
so
let me tell you now, mate, you've got no chance.
Have I not?
You've got no chance. But the callers can help you out, right?
Okay, go on.
So you can pick a caller. You can see him there, right?
Yes, you bring to air, don't
right,
bring me,
Simon, he's an Arsenal fan, right, Si?
Sorry.
Hello, boys. How you doing?
How you doing, Si? You all right, son?
Yeah, good. Now, listen, you're clever Dickie, so you're bound to get this, right?
Oh, you're giving him a question?
Okay, come
on. Yeah. Is that all right?
Go on. Go on, give him a question.
Okay. Okay, so who wrote the official BBC TV World Cup theme tune for the 1978 World Cup?
Oh, he looks a bit stumped here.
That's Argentina, right? Theme tune for 1978. Is it someone famous, Si?
Might be.
Oh,
I don't know. I definitely don't know.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know.
Simon's feeling very small.
Oh, Si!
Andrew Lloyd Webber.
Did he?
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's great. That's great.
Right, here we go. Here's our quiz, Si. And so now you're working with Cundy.
Right, come in,
question. Can I get a tension bed, please, boys?
Here we go.
Tension bed?
Marco.
Yeah.
Marco,
Right, when you want. No?
Marco,
Oh, look, so you don't get this with, on the Chase. Yeah, look. You don't get the stuff. Tension bed? Brilliant.
Yeah,
there you go.
We're in.
Here we go.
Here we go. Question number 1 for Jason Cundy and caller. What is the capital of Canada?
Right, sorry. Okay, sorry.
Yeah. With you.
What capital of Canada?
No cheating, Si.
Yeah.
What have
I'm
you got?
not cheating, I'm just pacing up and down.
No cheating, Si.
No cheating.
So
No Googling, son.
No good.
You're Arsenal.
all I've got is Montreal. I'm not even convinced that's right.
Go with that, mate. That's where they have the Olympics, isn't it?
I'm not convinced it's right.
Do you want A, B, and C?
Oh,
No.
definitely.
No. You
No.
All right.
You got to help me out, Sean.
What do you think this is a chase?
Go, what you got?
No, I'm not giving you it. You don't.
Oh, I need help.
Okay,
He's
Toronto.
Toronto, that's it, yeah. Toronto.
Ottawa or Montreal?
Oops.
I'd go Toronto.
Toronto, definitely.
I don't know.
Okay, you're locked in Toronto.
Yeah.
You did lock in Montreal as well.
Yeah.
It was neither of them. It's Ottawa.
It's Ottawa. It's Ottawa, yeah.
I couldn't even tell you where Ottawa was.
Oh, you're useless.
I didn't. Oh, do you know what? I didn't even know that Ottawa's in Canada.
Yeah, it's in the province of Ontario.
yeah.
It means village, actually.
Does it?
Yeah.
Not a good start,
Not a good start. Not a good start. Question number 1 for Shawnee. Let's start with a tricky one. We've got a question sent in from a special guest.
Okay.
Hi everyone, it's Andy Goldson here of Andy
Hello,
Goldson's
Andy.
Drive Time, weekdays 4 till 7 on talkSPORT. My question is this: which member of England's 1966 World Cup squad had a sister who had a #1 hit the same year? Good luck.
Oh.
That's a very good question.
Have a #1 hit.
Same year.
So a member of the squad. Have you got a
Which member of England's 1996 World Cup squad
1966 World Cup.
66?
had a sister with a #1 hit in the same
Did you
year?
say 66?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a 6. Okay, fine.
Yeah, 66. Yeah. Oh, 1996.
No, there was the World Cup.
66. Yeah,
66. World Cup squad. Let's see now.
What are you thinking, Shawnee? Have you got anything? Have you got any
I'm just trying to go through the squad.
Yeah. Where are you at?
Okay.
Where are you at?
I'm gonna have to rush you, mate. I'm gonna have to rush you.
Have you got a list of 3? Give me 3.
I haven't got nothing.
No. I'm going to say Connolly.
Okay. Shall we hear the answer?
Hi, it's Andy Goldstein here of Andy Goldstein's Drive Time, weekdays 4 till 7, with the answer to the question. The question, of course, was which member of England's 66 squad had a sister who had a #1 hit the same year? The answer is Jimmy Greaves and his sister, Frida. Yeah, he worked it out.
What a horrible man.
He's such an idiot.
What a horrible man.
He's a Spurs fan, isn't he?
Yeah, he's Man
Man
United.
United.
He's
Man United. Tell him I'm
Got
coming
that
on the
one
show.
wrong as well.
3 degrees. Oh dear.
Right, so still 0-0. Question number 3, Cundy. Which planet is known for its prominent ring system? So, you got Tony, who's a Man City fan?
Tone. All right, Tone.
Hello.
Hello, matey.
Hiya.
How are you?
You all right?
Yeah. What? So, give us the question again, please.
Which planet is known for prominent ring system?
Right. What you got? What you thinking, Tone? I've written something down here.
Mars.
That's not what I've written
Saturn.
down. Saturn, I've got.
Saturn sounds good then.
Yeah, it's looking Saturn.
Saturn is the correct answer. Well done. I mean, come on, mate. It's the easiest question in the space. Like,
Ottawa.
come on, even I get that one. Apparently, question for you here is the hardest football trivia question ever according to ChatGPT. Okay, so this is for you. Right under it.
Go on.
Which player scored the very first goal in the history of the FIFA World Cup, and in which year and match did it happen?
It was France versus Mexico. It was a 4-1 score. His name was Laurent.
That's the correct answer. Year?
1930.
God, mate, that's unbelievable. 19...
what was the weather?
Yeah, Laurent.
Come on, extra
It was Lucien Laurent of France.
Yeah, scored the first goal. 4-1 against Mexico.
Yeah.
France. Yeah.
Well done. Right, here we go. Question for Jason Cundy and Ollie's a West Brom fan.
Ollie.
All right, Ollie?
Go on, Ol. You all right, sir?
How we doing?
You all right?
All right, mate. How you feeling? Feeling intelligent?
yeah, but what's the question?
Come on in.
I know this, but what is the chemical symbol for gold?
Oh my goodness. Gold. It's
No cheating.
No cheating, Ollie.
Cundy, come on.
Yeah, I don't know. I just don't
give
know.
me another one. Gold is L3. I don't know.
Do you want?
I've got. Go on. What you got? Give us.
I've got A U, A G, or G O.
Go on, Ollie. I'm going to let you choose one here, bud.
MU.
None of them on my
No,
list.
have a listen, Ollie. Have a listen.
AU, AG, or GO? I actually know the answer to this, even though I've got it in front of me.
Go on. What are you thinking, Ollie?
AG.
No, that's silver. That's element number 47. AU's element number 79. Unlucky, boys.
AU is the answer.
Yeah.
And the only reason I know that is because of the vodka bottle that comes out, which is AU vodka, and it's gold.
It's gold vodka.
It's a gold bottle. Come on, mate.
Come on,
Switch your
Jace.
brain on.
No, mate. This is too hard for me.
Right, here we go. Question for Shawnee. What team won the Champions League 30 years ago in 1995?
In 1995, it was a brilliant goal scored by in the 84th minute by Patrick Kluivert. They beat the defending champions AC Milan, and it was Ajax who scored.
That's outrageous.
Yeah.
That is outrageous.
And
All I got was Ajax giving me the goal scorers and the score.
Yeah, it was
and who they played.
Patrick Kluivert, and he was 18 at the time when he scored the winning goal.
That's easy for him. Look, licking his lips at that
not,
one.
Yeah, that's not even testing
No,
the
it's
brain.
not, is it?
It's not even worth it.
It's the Saturn question, to be fair, is it? Help me out, mate. Keep them at that level, please.
Question for Cundy. What's the score? 2-0? 2-1.
2-1, I think it is.
Which country? Who should we get on here? Benny's an Arsenal fan. All right, Benny boy.
All
right, mate. All right.
Come on, Benny boy.
Ben's intelligent, isn't he?
Benny boy, come on, matey.
Right.
Which country has reached the most World Cup finals without ever winning one?
Ooh.
Right.
Come on, mate. You should know this.
You should know this.
You should know this.
Without actually winning it.
You should know this.
That doesn't help, by the way.
No Googling, Benny.
No Googling, Benny boy.
What are you thinking, Ben?
Oh, I think it's ooh.
I think. I mean.
Is it Italy or France?
No, Italy have won it. I mean, Holland's the one I'm thinking of, or maybe the Czechs.
They haven't.
Holland haven't won it.
Oh.
You want to go with that?
Holland's the only thing I can think of, mate.
74, 78 and 2010. It is.
Yeah, the correct answer. Well done.
Well done, bruv.
Hey, that's not bad. That's not bad.
Yeah. There you go. Stick with me, Benny boy.
It's not the hardest question. Well, Ben, thanks for nothing.
You know, I think just the...
Do you want to give a little bit of facts of those?
Go on.
74, Neeskin scored after 1 minute with a
the
penalty.
referee it was an English referee.
Yeah, Jack Taylor.
Yeah.
He gave 2 penalties in that final.
Yeah.
In 78, Dick Neninka became the first substitute to score in the World Cup final when he equalised against Argentina. And 2010, I remember, actually I was supporting Holland in that game, but Iniesta got the winning goal in the 110th minute in South Africa.
Yeah.
Unbelievable knowledge. Okay. Right, question for Shawnee. Who is the only player in history to have been the top assist provider in the following competitions in a single season? Premier League, Bundesliga, La Liga, Europa League, Champions League, the Euros and a World Cup.
Only one player?
Yeah.
Wow. So he's played in the Premier League.
Yeah. I think we might have stumped him here, boys.
Go for the tournaments again.
Premier League, Bundesliga, La Liga, Europa League, Champions League, Euros and World Cup.
No, I don't know that.
You'll kick yourself.
Yeah, let him have a think. Give him a little clue.
I'm going to give you...
I only know because they told me in the office.
Okay, then.
You'll kick yourself.
And yes, shall we say...
Top assist provider.
I know, I'm trying to think. Played in the Bundesliga.
Yeah.
Champions League.
And the Premier League.
No, can't think.
Go on, give him the club.
Give him the club.
The club played for England.
We played for Arsenal. Real Madrid.
Arsenal, Real Madrid.
Germany.
Oh, is it Mesut Ozil?
It is Mesut Ozil. But that's not the correct answer because kind of give him. Let him off the hook there, didn't we?
It's all right.
We're giving him that. What are you talking about?
That's
all right.
fine.
He's a champion of Mastermind.
Who cares? There's not a win bonus on it, is there?
Yeah, no. Come on, you're joking. That's all right. We give him some clues. He's Sean from the Chase.
That's a good question, actually. Very good.
That's a good question. Right, here we go. Question for Cundy. Who is the highest scoring defender in football history? Shawnee, the Sunderland fan. Shawnee. Yeah, he's well known.
Okay.
All right, Shawnee. How are you?
Right. Is it Shawnee? Yeah, Shawnee, can you hear me, bud? The highest scoring defender, this is in world football, right?
In football history, yeah.
Okay.
I've got 3 names.
Right.
Do you want them?
I'm going to need.
Okay.
I have got Ramos in my head.
Okay, we'll take that out your head.
Go on.
Because we've got we've got Ronald Koeman.
Right.
B, John Terry. C, Roberto Carlos.
Yeah.
Right, what are you thinking, Shawnee? It's not John Terry.
It's definitely not John Terry.
No, because I would have known that fact if it was John Terry. I'm pretty sure I'd have known that fact, and that fact would have been...
Okay.
So it's one of the other two, would be my advice. Koeman or Roberto Carlos. Roberto Carlos, by the way, he scored some ridiculous goals from ridiculous angles, didn't he?
He scored a lot of goals.
What? Okay, Shawnee, what are you thinking?
I'll say Roberto Carlos.
Roberto Carlos, go on.
Yes.
I would have said Koeman.
Koeman is the correct answer.
Yeah, it had to be Koeman.
Yeah, 253 goals he got, Ronald Koeman.
Yeah. No, he didn't.
He scored a winning goal in the European Cup final in '92.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, is that right?
Listen, he used to score some goals, mate.
Oh my God.
I know.
That's a joke.
Do you remember that goal he scored in November '93?
Yes, I do. Yeah. Of course.
He's going to flip one. He's going to flip one, you know.
Yeah.
Right, one more question before we go to the break. Who holds the record for the most Grand Slam titles in men's tennis?
Well, it's definitely Djokovic.
Yeah, that's an easy question, mate. Who's put that question on there? That's unacceptable for that type of question.
Yeah.
Do you know who we've got here?
It's chicken feed.
We've got Alan Brazil sat here alongside us here. We've got Sean Wallace from the Chase. You're giving who's got the most Grand Slam titles? Djokovic. Honestly, right, I'm going to have a word with the boys and sort these questions out. Keep your calls coming in. Yep. Help us out, or Cundy desperately needs your help. 03
He's doing brilliant.
717 22 33 44.
Crystal Palace's European adventure should be a go after John Textor agreed to sell his shares to New York Jets owner Woody Johnson. The deal, believed to be worth £190 million, is now going through Premier League approval. Simon Jordan reckons it was a cut price.
200 million euros is what is being reported. I think he made an offer for the club, the whole club, for a lot more than that was worth. And from his point of view, I think he has some rancour there. But notwithstanding that, he's going to sell his shareholding, and Palace then will remove any doubt. I actually think they would have found their way through it either way. But I think by selling his shareholding, and it looks like it's going to be to Woody Johnson, then he clears up any concerns, and Crystal Palace go forward.
Meanwhile, talkSPORT understands Brentford are closing in on appointing Keith Andrews as their new manager. He's in advanced talks over stepping up from set-piece coach to replace Thomas Frank. Lions and England's second row Ollie Chessum says whoever they face in any of the Australia Tour's provincial warm-up games will be bang up for the contest.
I'm sure for the Western Force lads and all the teams that we face in the future to be part of a team that, potentially beats the Lions is, going to be a massive thing for them. So we expect to face the best of everyone, but then, we expect to put the best of ourselves out there. And, if I get the opportunity this weekend, then I'm like everyone in this camp there, chomping at the bit to put on the shirt and play for the Lions and hopefully, who knows.
It's after Wallabies coach Joe Schmidt has warned he won't release players from his squad for those games. But Lions CEO Ben Calverley says that's not what was in the contract.
The agreement is very clear. It says that Test players have to be released to play in the fixtures leading into that Test series, and so that's our expectation.
And one of Celtic's Lisbon Lions, John Clark, has died at the age of 84. Martin O'Neill managed the Hoops, and Clark was his kit man.
Just say at the end of the game, I was always like the last one to leave the dressing room, and I would be sitting down having a conversation with John Clark, just running through the game. I had the utmost regard for him, as a judge of football as well too. And as a player in the Lisbon Lions, he was a really, really great man.
All the latest is at talksport.com.
Listening to the Sports Bar on talkSPORT. Me, Jamie O'Hara, and Jason Cundy. It's round 2 of the Sports Bar Chase Special. So get your calls in now. And Cundy and the callers taking on Sean Wallace from the Chase. 03 717 22 3355. I've just had to go out and have a chat with our producer and say these questions are not up to scratch for the Mastermind champion. You can't be giving me Grand Slam titles and, Djokovic when we got Sean in here. Yeah. But he has said to me that they're going to get tougher, and there are tougher ones. Right. But Cundy, all I'm going to say is you got no chance.
Good luck with this one.
You've got absolutely no chance. We've got Adrian. He's a Tottenham fan. All right, Aid?
All right, Ada.
All right, Ada.
Good evening.
All right, Aid. Up the Spurs.
Just to let you know, all three of you were wrong with the answer for which country has been in the most finals without winning it. Because all three of you said it was Holland.
Right.
And it's not.
Where is it?
Netherlands. Netherlands.
Well, okay.
Yeah, I knew it'd be that. Yeah.
Whatever. you can tell he's a Spurs fan.
I love that.
Something this year.
Sorry, I beg your pardon, sir.
I said at least we won something.
And so did we.
Yeah.
And so did we.
Can't beat a Chelsea fan with that one, Aid. Sorry.
Sorry, mate.
What we got?
Right, here we go.
What we got?
How much of their body weight can Komodo dragons eat in one feeding session? Is it A, 70%, B, 80%, or C, 90%?
It's what do you think, Ada?
I have absolutely no
Well,
idea.
I'm going to go 80. It's 80 or 80 or 90 because these things are.
90.
Say again.
I'm going to go 90.
90. Go 90.
90%.
90%.
You're completely wrong. The correct answer is 17%. You're absolutely hopeless.
Yeah. It's either big or it's either yeah. I would have said 90.
Would you have said?
I would have said 90 myself.
Would you?
Yeah, I would have done. It was either 70 or 90. One of the two.
Right, here we go. What mammal has the most powerful bite force relative to its size?
I used to know this. Oh dear, I used to know.
I'm not going to give you. Do you want three?
Yeah, go on.
All right. A Nile crocodile, a polar bear, or a Tasmanian devil?
Well, I'm going to have to go with the Tasmanian devil.
That is the correct answer. Nearly right. We nearly got him. He's good though. He's good. Right, let's get Paul up. He's a Liverpool fan. Right, Paul?
P-Dog.
Evening, guys.
How are you?
How you doing, Paul?
Okay, so a question for Sean. Let's see if I can stump you.
Go on in.
So, as you like your details, so the very famous 1988 FA Cup final, the Crazy Gang final,
Yeah.
when John Aldridge missed that famous penalty,
Yeah.
what brand of boots was he wearing at the time?
Brand of boots.
God, that's a tough one.
I can do an A, B, and C if you like.
Yeah, go on then. Go on.
Okay, A, Adidas,
No, go on.
B, Nike, or C, Puma?
I'm going to say Nike.
Correct. You got it.
Mate, that's top
You
work.
did get it. Well done.
Are you a Liverpool fan?
I am, yeah.
Right, let me ask you this question.
This is good.
Right?
This is good.
When John Aldridge was fouled, who allegedly conceded a penalty, even though he didn't actually foul him? Who was the Wimbledon player who was supposed to have fouled him?
Oh, God, Loris Sanchez got the goal.
No, I didn't ask you that.
I know that part. Oh,
I'll have a guess if he doesn't get it.
Go on.
Eric Young?
No.
No, it wasn't Eric Young.
No, it was-
I'm just trying to think.
Shall I tell you?
God.
He actually touched the ball and he didn't actually foul Aldridge. I'm going to tell you.
It actually wasn't a penalty.
No, it wasn't. It was Goodyear.
Okay.
Goodyear, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I was thinking Eric Young. Actually, it wasn't. Yeah.
No, it wasn't. Yeah, I just told you it was. Yeah. Because you didn't do the double that year, and you didn't do the double the following year. And what we used to sing, the champagne was on ice, you failed a double twice.
It's great when you got Sean, you got receipts, didn't you? Just got plenty of receipts.
Right, go on.
Paul, I've got a question for you though with Cundy, right? Which animal group is thought to be the closest living relatives of dinosaurs?
I think I know this. I think I know this.
Say that again.
Go on, you ask Paul. I let Paul go for it.
Which animal group is thought to be the closest living relatives of dinosaurs? A, Komodo dragons, B, fish, or C, birds?
I'm going to say birds.
It is birds.
That is the correct answer, boys. Well done.
I was going to say chicken, but
A chicken is there.
I reckon a chicken is, which is ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's hilarious, isn't it?
Yeah. What come first, chicken or the egg? It's a great question.
Thank you, guys.
See you later, Paul.
Well done, Paul.
Cheers, Paul.
Right, question for Shawnee. Neymar is the footballer with the highest combined transfer fee. Can you tell me what player has the second highest?
I used to know this as well. Oh dear.
Oh, I'm surprised I haven't got this straight away.
I don't know.
Is it who I...
Is it Coutinho?
It's not Coutinho.
It's Lukaku.
Is Lukaku? Cundy! Cundy! He's nicked the point of Sean Wallace! It's unbelievable!
Dine it out on that one forever.
You dine out on that forever, James. Even I'm high-fiving that.
Yes. Yeah.
You just done Sean Wallace on a question that's unbelievable.
Oh dear, I'm keeping quiet though, makes things can turn around very quickly.
Okay, question for you, Jason Cundy.
Go on.
What former boxer was known as Smoking Joe?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
Fraser.
Yeah, that's an... Right, come on, mate.
Yeah, I mean, I wanted it as a trick question.
Yeah.
Won the 1964 Olympic heavyweight title with a broken thumb.
Did he?
Yep. First man to beat Ali. Yep.
Right, well, we've got one for you here. This is a good one. Who was the first boxer in history to win world titles in 5 different weight divisions?
That was...
Do you want A, B and C?
No. That was Tommy Hearns. Yeah, I think it was Tommy Hearns, yeah.
That is Tommy Hearns.
Yeah. Only one man's won 8, and that's Manny Pacquiao. He's the only one to have won
8 different...
8 different world titles, yeah. 8 different weight classes.
In weight divisions? 8?
8.
That's ridiculous.
Right, should we get a call right then?
Okay, let's go to Ian. He's a Man United fan.
Right, Ian.
Cundy, I feel like this is an easy question. Who painted the Mona Lisa?
Okay, go on. Ian, what you thinking?
Go on, Ian.
Can I have his initials?
No.
Let's see, Ian, if Man United can win something.
I don't think I know this. I probably know it when I see it, but
what did you say?
I couldn't off the...
Da Vinci.
Correct!
Yeah, well done. That is the correct answer. Did you not know that one, Jace?
I didn't know that.
Okay.
If I saw it, I might have gone, mind you, we've probably got a load down there, right?
All right, yeah. No, yeah, it was Leonardo da Vinci, Michelangelo, Raphael, so yeah, pretty good. Ian, well done, mate. Well played. Here we go. Question for Shawnee. What player...
What? 2 questions for you.
Oh, go on.
Right, what's the lowest number you cannot score on the dartboard?
23.
One dart.
23, yeah. Next one.
And the football one. Can you name 2 players to play for England at full international level that both got the same surname and Christian name?
Dave Watson. Dave Watson.
No.
Yeah, Dave Watson. Yeah. They've had the same Christian name and surname.
Yeah, but we've got to play for England at full international level.
Yes, Dave Watson of Norwich, and Dave Watson.
Yeah. Was you Man City?
Yeah, you had one who played for Sunderland who went in the night. Yeah, Dave Watson.
That's not the one I've got.
Yeah, Dave Watson, bruv.
What's the one you've got, Ian?
What one have you got, Ian?
Alan Smith, the one who played for Arsenal, and the one who played for Leeds and Man United.
Yeah, okay. Well, Dave Watson was the first. All right, next. All right,
There's 2.
It's 2.
There's two. Yeah, Dave Watson was the first. All right.
Just to make sure.
Sorry.
I'm going to Google that now.
You do that, bro.
We've got Google next to us.
Yeah, we literally have got
You
Google.
do that, bro.
Oh, dear. Right, question for Sean. What players played for the most Premier League clubs?
Wow, that's a good one.
Do you want me to give you A, B and C?
Yeah, go on.
Marcus Bent, Peter Crouch, or Craig Bellamy?
Out of that lot, I would have said Crouchy.
Bent.
It's Marcus Bent.
Okay.
Cundy's nicked another one. Okay, here's one for you, Jace.
Go on, mate.
Can you name the teams he's played for?
Oh, Charlton.
Yeah.
Ipswich.
Yeah.
Can we get someone on the line?
Yeah, go on. Marky's a Coventry fan.
Marky Mark.
Hi guys, how's it going?
I'm good, mate. Marcus Bent's played for 8 Premier League teams.
Wow.
Is Blackburn in there?
Yes.
Doing all right.
3.
Doing all right.
Can you help us out here, Mark?
Who are you saying, Marcus Bent?
Marcus Bent. Yeah, not Darren Bent. Marcus Bent.
Sheffield United. Sheffield United.
Palace. Was it Palace?
Crystal Palace is correct. Sheffield United, no. You got 4 to get.
4 to get.
Not Sunderland.
Definitely Birmingham, because
Birmingham's a correct answer. Yes.
That's good.
Think that kind of area.
Leicester.
West
Leicester's correct. Yeah.
6.
How many more we got to get?
You got 2 to get.
You know, don't you?
I've played for one of them.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
He's played for one of them.
Wolverhampton.
Yeah.
Wolverhampton Wanderers. Yeah.
Wolves.
And last one, near Manchester.
City.
So near Manchester.
Yeah, in the prim.
Have we had Blackburn already?
Yeah, we've had Blackburn.
Yeah.
Wigan?
It is Wigan. Mark, well played.
Mark, sensational stuff.
Good stuff from Mark.
I've just fulfilled my lifelong ambition to be on the chase, but indirectly.
Well done, son.
Good work.
Mark, well played, mate. You definitely would have got through.
I need to get on that show.
Yeah, well, you're speaking to the right man. Yeah. He said you're not good enough.
No, you are. No, I never said that.
Right, question 4 Well, we've got one more for Cundy. Sure. Right, you ready for this one?
No, it's me.
Oh, no, for Sean. Sorry.
Next.
Can you name 5 teams talkSPORT legend Alan Brazil has played for?
Ipswich, Man United.
Yeah.
He came from which Scottish team did he play for? Oh dear, it wasn't Dundee. Which one was it again? Oh god,
you're missing an obvious one.
Ipswich, Man United.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't think.
He's been at a lot, by the way.
Is there American team?
There is an American team in there. There's another Premier League team in there. Big one.
Spurs.
Yeah. Spurs.
What was the Scottish Celtic?
Team? No, he wasn't at Celtic. He was at
Celtic as a kid, no.
Not Dundee. Which one was it again? Oh god, he signed him. He was a good striker. He was. Can't think. No.
Detroit Express.
Okay.
Yeah. Witham Town, Queen's Park Rangers, Coventry.
Oh, is it Queen?
Wollongong, FC Barden, Chelmsford.
What was the Scottish team you came to play for?
Stanbridge United, Felixstowe Town, Achilles, and Wivenhoe Town.
Okay.
I don't know.
So where did he sign for Ipswich then?
I don't know.
Right.
No idea.
Is there as a kid? Was he signed as a what?
He started at Ipswich.
Oh, started at Ipswich.
Celtic Academy.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Have we? Right. And I wonder if any players here. Kieran, he's an Arsenal fan. He's got a question for.
All right, Kieran.
Shawnee. All right, Kieran.
How you doing, Kieran?
Hello, good, thank you.
How are you, mate? Are you good?
Yeah, all good.
You got a question for Shawnee?
Yep. It's right. Which former Premier League striker has won the Premier League, FA Cup, Champions League, UEFA Cup, and an Olympic gold medal?
Olympic gold. Yeah, that's the.
Right. So he's either got to be an Argentinian. It's got to be an Argentinian Premier League. Go. Do it again. Premier League.
A former Premier League striker who's won the Premier League, FA Cup, Champions League, UEFA Cup, and an Olympic gold medal.
Right, so let's just go back now. So 92, 96. I know it is. No, it's not him. Yes, it is him.
Who is it?
Is it Kanu? Is it Kanu?
It is Kanu.
Yeah,
yes.
yeah, Kanu.
Even Kieran stumped to that one.
Kanu.
Good question,
Yeah,
though.
great
Kieran.
question. Yeah.
Well done. Have we got anyone else who've got a question, or is that it? Can we get? Oh, Abdul. He's a Barcelona fan, right? Abdul.
Hi, how you doing?
I'm good, Abdul. How are you?
I'm not too bad. Sean, I have a question for you.
Go on, mate.
Can you name 3 British strikers play for Barcelona?
Yeah, Hughes, Archibald, Lineker.
Well done.
It's too easy for that level.
Yeah.
Too easy.
Yeah, and no, he didn't put no.
I don't think you got Steve Archibald, but you did.
Oh yeah, well he was first, so he won the La Liga in '85, I think. Yeah.
80s, yeah, with Terry Belleville.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Then they got to the final and lost in Seville to Steaua Bucharest. They missed 4 penalties. Yeah.
It's outrageous, isn't it? Abdul, you're a star, mate. Yeah, you got to come up with better ones if you want to beat old Sean. Sean, this has been an absolute pleasure, mate.
Oh, thank you,
Could
boys.
literally sit here all night. We've got a full switchboard of calls for you, but you've been an absolute star,
Thanks,
mate.
bruv.
We'd love
Cheers,
to get you on again.
Oh, I'd love to come back. Cheers, bro. Thank you, mate. And you've got to come on and chase you, boys.
I'm going to try and sort it out.
Cheers, guys.
If you need someone a bit cleverer than Cundy and me, though, you might.
It's been a pleasure.
It's not hard to find. Talking to someone who's not as clever as me and Cundy's coming on next. Kevin Hatchard. are listening to the Sports Bar on talkSPORT. Me, Jamie O'Hara and Jason Cundy. We're going to do a midnight triv tonight, so you can help us out on that. 03717 223344. But now it's time to look at the latest transfers with talkSPORT Bet.
Bring it on with talkSPORT Bet. Download the app or visit talksportbet.com for all the latest odds and offers. 18 plus, gambleaware.org.
Yeah, Kevin Hatchard, our European football expert, joins us in the studio. All right, Kev?
All right, Kev.
How are we, chaps?
I'm all right,
I've never had that live.
No,
I've had, just not for a while.
Not for a while.
Not for a while.
I mean, we've just had, the quiz master who knows everything about football. And now we've got you.
No pressure. No pressure.
Look, we're going to get straight into it. Let's have a look at Arsenal first. Bayern Munich lining up ambitious move for Gabriel Martinelli this summer.
Yes, this is a really interesting one because Bayern didn't get Florian Wirtz, as we know. He went to Liverpool instead. So that's just amped up the pressure to do a big deal in the window. And one of the areas they clearly need to improve or add depth to is that left wing area. But what's interesting is there's a big debate in Germany at the moment about whether Bayern are actually in control of this process or not. Are they being linked with too many targets? Are they talking to too many agents? And are they actually giving any of these targets the impression that they're the main man? So you've got Gabriel Martinelli. Now, he is a name that's been linked with Bayern before, but you're now starting to get Luis Diaz, Cody Gakpo, Jamie Gittins is another one. Now, he's somebody they have been interested in for well over a year, Jamie Gittins. And obviously Chelsea are trying to sign him as well, or certainly have done. So it's a really strange one at the moment because Bayern have a bit of money burning a hole in their pocket because they were going to dedicate a whole load of finance to trying to sign Wirtz. That's now not happened.
How's that gone down in Germany, the fact that an English team like Liverpool and that because Bayern Munich really normally sign the best players in Germany, right?
Yeah, I think it was a surprise. Yeah. And it was a surprise to Bayern because once Uli Hoeneß, the honorary president who's been in charge of Bayern realistically for years and years and years, once he gets involved and he's talking to the players' camp and he's talking to his parents and, pushing that agenda, you expect it to get done. And the feeling was genuinely a few weeks ago that Wirtz, if he was going to leave Leverkusen, which it became obvious that he was going to, he would stay in Germany. And that a move to the Premier League, or Real Madrid maybe, would be down the track. It wouldn't be now. He's clearly had a change of heart in terms of wanting a new challenge, wanting a new league, and whatever Liverpool and Arne Slot said to him clearly did the trick. So you have to give them huge credit for that. But Bayern, I think, are a bit wounded by it.
Sticking with Arsenal, Zubimendi's all but confirmed. That's been something that's been knocking around for quite some time, as we know. What's he going to bring to Arsenal?
Yeah, I think it's quite exciting. Obviously, Jorginho left, and you could view him as a deluxe Jorginho, and I like Jorginho. I think he's a good player, but I think Zubimendi does the things he does even better. I think his passing range is excellent. His ability to get a team moving. If you look at one of the doubts is about the physical nature of the Premier League and the pace of the Premier League. But what I would say, and I have my doubts about that as well, but actually you look at his defensive numbers, interceptions, tackles, things like that. They're very, very good. I think he's been ready for this move for a while. Obviously, it looked as though he was going to join Liverpool a year ago. Wasn't quite ready at that stage. It's actually worked out for all parties, that, because Zubimendi's had another year to prepare for this. Liverpool obviously then moved Gravenberch into that number 6. I think it's fair to say that move went pretty well.
What about Darwin Núñez? He's been given the green light by Liverpool to join Napoli.
Yeah, I think this is an odd one from his point of view. I can see why it works for Liverpool in terms of them trying to get the maximum value for him. I can see why it would work for Napoli because they're now in the Champions League, they need depth. But the truth is, Lukaku's always going to be the number 1 for Conte. That's just the way it goes in terms of you look at what they did together at Inter, you look at what they've just done at Napoli. They have a really strong bond and Conte will back him to the hilt. And so Núñez is leaving a club where he's not first choice to go to a club where he's not first choice. So he would get games there. Would he be ahead of Lukaku in the pecking order? No, I don't think he would be.
Andreas Christensen, from Chelsea defender, of course, might be tempted to come back to the Premier League if he leaves Barcelona this summer. Who might he be looking at?
Well, this is one of those situations where Barcelona are trying to
lever a player out maybe, because they're trying to get players off the wage bill, and he's somebody who struggled with injury of late but is still a very, very good player. He doesn't really want to go. That's the news that's coming out of Spain. He would rather stay. Juventus were linked with him, Saudi clubs have been linked with him, but he wants to stay. But what struck me was, if a Premier League team is imaginative, and if it becomes clear that Barcelona, who have said publicly we've got too many centre-backs, if Barcelona want to push him out, there's maybe a bargain there for somebody.
Just with Barcelona, they found a couple of seasons ago it was in all sorts of a mess. They've gone and won the double.
Yeah.
But is it still like painting over cracks a little bit?
Yeah, it is, because the debt is still there.
Yeah.
But to be fair to Joan Laporta, the president, he had two choices to make. He could have cut everything down, gone a bit smaller, got rid of a load of star players, and just decided, okay, we'll try and compete as best we can. Being Barcelona, we'll try and bring young players through, which they have done really well anyway.
Yeah.
Or you stay as big as you can and you take the risk of bringing these guys in and you generate that revenue that way. So you go far in the Champions League, you win the league, you get more sponsorships, you maybe leverage a couple of other things. And that's actually worked out in the short term. So it does give them an opportunity to keep competing at the top. I think they're a bit wounded they're not in this Club World Cup, if I'm honest, because that would have helped the balance sheet a fair bit. But the stadium is getting there.
Why are they not in the Club World Cup? Sorry, but why are they not?
So
in
it's done. Yeah, it's done on this 4-year period in terms of your coefficient. So Atletico had just kind of edged out Barcelona in that 4-year period, because Atleti have been in the Champions League the whole way through. Barcelona haven't necessarily
gone out
and haven't always progressed. So, yeah, they have gone out. But that's what it's done. It's done on this 4-year thing. I think FIFA, by the time it comes around to 2029, I think they'll tweak it. I think they'll change a few things, actually.
Yeah. All right. Just Pogba and Ansu Fati set to join Monaco. He's been out for a while, Pogba, but he's got a move.
Yeah. I think it's quite an exciting move for him, this. Obviously, he's been out for a long time, as you say. I think he's still got something to offer. I think Monaco are quite a progressive side with a lot of young players. Ansu Fati's a guy they want to bring in as well. Looks as though that could be a loan. But again, Barcelona are desperate to get him off the wage bill, because he's just not going to play under Hansi Flick, because he's got so many options in attack. So you could have a situation, got a good coach there in Adi Huta, a lot of good young players. It's an environment where, yes, there's pressure. There's not that much pressure, not the same as in Paris or Marseille. So I think there's potential for both of those to have quite a good season, I think.
All right. You mentioned about Gittins. He has been linked with a number of clubs. You mentioned Chelsea there. What is the latest on Chelsea? Because we haven't signed anyone for a couple of weeks now. So
yeah, it's been a while, hasn't it? There's at least 5 on the radar, surely.
Yeah. I know the Club World Cup's going on, so the attention might be slightly taken up, but Chelsea definitely haven't finished spending money.
No, and the idea was that Chelsea wanted him before that Club World Cup. He, I think, was keen on it and looked as though that was going to happen. But we know what Dortmund are like. They have their number. If you don't hit their number, the player doesn't go. And the truth is, they need to do this deal so they can reinvest. They've brought in Joe Bellingham. They're very excited about that. But that's not the end. They want to make further signings to get a bit closer to Bayern and a bit closer to Leverkusen, to be honest. The key to doing that is selling Gittins for maximum value. It's less than what they would have wanted halfway through the season just gone, but I think there's an acceptance that they're not going to get that.
You've been at a movie premiere tonight.
I have.
Been rolling around with A-listers?
Yes, I've been at the F1 premiere.
And he comes and sits here with us.
And just before the film, Brad Pitt walked into the room, Lewis Hamilton walked into the room. So in that room, you had one of the sexiest men in the world, one of the coolest men in the world, and Brad Pitt and Lewis Hamilton. So really quite something.
You had a good night.
And now look, you sit next to film like.
Did you watch the film?
Look, yeah, it's great. It's
yeah.
really, really good. Yeah, effects are incredible. Brad Pitt's just Brad Pitt.
Yeah,
he's a pro. Yeah, it was really good.
Yeah,
it was excellent.
All right, Kev, you're a star, mate. Thanks for coming in.
Kev, superstar.
That was a look at the latest action. Thanks to talkSPORT Bet. Terms and conditions apply. 18 plus. Beganware.org.
Bring it on with talkSPORT Bet. Download the app or visit talksportbet.com for all the latest odds and offers. 18 plus. Gambleaware.org.
Right, we're going to do a midnight train tonight, so give us a call about anything besides sports, politics, or anything too serious. 03 717 223344. Yeah, you are listening to the Sports Bar on talkSPORT. Me, Jamie O'Hara and Jason Cundy have just been sat talking about how good Sean was to get him in.
Very good, mate.
Need to get him in the summer as well, don't we, more?
We will definitely get him back in, mate. Have a trivia night.
Trivia night with Sean Wallace. We'll do that when we've run out of things to talk about. We're going to do a midnight train tonight. You can help us out. 03717 22 3344. We'll do that from 12. But now it's time for the rest of talkSPORT. No song? All right. Oh, nicely. Look. Don't get this and drive, do you, Jace? How was drive the other day?
It was good.
Yeah?
Yeah, done the flip-flop challenge, didn't I?
Yeah, take the mick out of me, doing flip-flop challenge, running down, doing a pint.
Dear,
were you working on Friday, you know?
Yeah.
Another HR moment for Mr. Cundy?
Well, you know, why not? The sun was out. There we go. I filled it, didn't it?
Right, let's kick things off. Breakfast show this morning. Shabana Hearn, Troy Deeney. Troy Deeney revealed which talkSPORT presenter he thinks changes their pants the least.
You know what? I could see Jamie O'Hara doing that. Yeah, when he's in Ibiza and that. Do you know what I mean? He just gets up and rolls straight out of bed. What? 1 in 10? That's disgusting. To be fair, as he's probably coming on next, Simon Jordan only changes it twice a week. So Simon is, he loves it. Especially after a game of paddle, he loves to keep them on.
Changing your pants? You did commando, didn't you?
I don't wear pants.
You don't wear pants?
I've not worn pants since I could learn to drive.
So you've just got half a ball just hanging around?
Mate, there's nothing to put in there. If you didn't have feet, you wouldn't wear socks. That's how I see it. There's nothing to put in there.
What do you mean?
So I don't wear... Here's why I don't wear pants, right? Because I used to wear boxer shorts, right?
Yeah.
But when I would drive, I didn't like how it made me... I didn't like the crump... No. So I thought, you know what? I'm going to try. And I've not worn pants.
No, mate, but like when you go to the toilet and stuff and you pull the zip up, you take big risks.
I've had 1 or 2... moments.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
you only make that mistake once. Well, I've made it twice.
Yeah.
But you don't make that mistake again, mate.
But that mistake alone is worth me putting pants on every day.
Yeah. Well, I'm just happier.
You just like being free.
Just like it being free, mate. Yeah. Just let it all hang out. Well, what there is left. Just hang out. There's nothing left.
Right, don't forget tennis maverick Nick Kyrgios. He's joining Alan Brazil and Ray Parlour on the talkSPORT Breakfast live in the studio tomorrow morning. Kyrgios is on tomorrow morning. Don't be late.
Now, over this day's kick-off with Ollie Clinton, Jermaine Pennant. Pennant was asked who his favourite ref was during his playing days, and it seems he got a bit confused.
Do you know, because my favourite one is O'Leary.
Oh, yeah.
My God, what's the no, it's the surname. I've got his surname now.
Mike Riley? No, Mike Riley?
No, not Riley. He comes on talkSPORT on the sports bar, and he does a little. He comes in, does a little guest.
Dermot Gallagher.
No, that's it. Oh my God.
What did he say? O'Leary.
Yeah. I mean, you know what he's thinking then? Dermot O'Query.
Yeah, that's what we call it. Yeah, Dermot O'Query. And he's got Dermot O'Leary in his head.
That's where Gemma's.
Poor old Gemma, he's not the sharpest,
I'm not saying a word, mate. I'm not saying a word. Who's your favourite Dermot?
Oh, good question. Favourite Dermot? Who's the one who does This Morning? What's his name?
Dermot O'Leary. Is it O'Leary?
Who's the one who does This Morning? And he does the one with Ant and Dec, and he does X Factor and all that. It's O'Leary. Dermot O'Leary. What's that ref's name as well?
It's Dermot Gallagher.
Hold on.
Dermot O'Query, we do.
Yeah. Dermot O'Leary.
Dermot O'Leary
is the ITV presenter. Yeah. I like it.
He's a cool dude.
You ever forgotten someone's name?
Mate, I'm terrible with names. I can meet someone, right?
Don't, Jay.
So I meet someone for the first time, and I shake their hand. I say I'm Jason. Right?
Yeah.
They tell me their name. I've not let go of their hand, and I've forgotten their name.
No,
it's a terrible thing I've got.
What is that? I don't know what that is. But
we get an expert on about that.
Because I do exactly the same thing. I go up to someone and I instantly go, "Hello, mate. Yeah, nice to meet you. I'm Jamie." Yeah. What's gone?
Literally, I'm not joking. And I look at them.
It's rude.
Well, I don't know. You don't mean it to.
No, of course, but I end up calling everyone mate. I end up mating everyone off.
I'll mate everyone off.
All right, mate. Yeah, see you later, mate.
You get mated off.
And I'm like, I can't remember his name. What's his name? What is his name? And it's like,
yeah, I know.
You know what you're meant to do? Because I thought about this before. Because it actually does annoy me that I do it. You're meant to say their name 3 times in your head when they tell you it.
Right.
That's what you're meant to do.
Should we
So when you
try it?
shake your hand
Should
and
we
he
try
tells
it?
you their name,
Should we try it?
cheer.
Right, look at it. Go on,
Hello, mate. How are you?
I'm all right. What's your name?
Jamie.
Jamie. That's a bit weird. Shaking your hand like that. Well, I know your name. Do it to me.
Okay.
All right, go on.
Hello, mate. What's your name?
Gary.
All right, Chase.
So
let's
there you
move
go.
on.
Do not forget, next season, talkSPORT bring you over 500 live commentaries, including the Premier League, EFL, Champions League, Carabao Cup, FA Cup, and of course, the 2026 World Cup finals.
Over to the boys on Drive today. Andy Goldstein and Darren Bent, they were discussing who were getting to their all-time world 11s, and of course, Goldstein had one of his outrageous takes.
I don't think any two players have ever linked up as well as Gary Neville and David Beckham.
1 second.
So I've gone for, hear me out, Gino, right back, and then Bex.
No, listen to me.
Okay, let's move on.
No, stop.
Let's move on.
You're telling me Gary Neville's a great choice. No, listen to me.
He was a team player.
No, when we're picking out all-time Premier League World 11s, you're telling me Gary Neville's the greatest right back in world history.
Because of his link-up play with Bex.
Is he better than Cafu?
I didn't see Cafu that. I didn't see Cafu every week on Match of the Day.
Sort your mate out with you. Have a word with him.
I can't help him, mate. What do you want me to say to
They're
him?
clutching at straws at now on Drive, aren't they?
Yeah,
What's that about?
I don't quite know what's going on there, matey.
That's a shocking take from Goldstein.
It is a shocking
almost
take.
a
Well,
sackable
Benny try to put him in his place, matey.
Yeah, what's the worst take on all time? That's up there, isn't it? Who is the best right back ever? Everyone's going to say Cafu,
I mean,
right?
Cafu, obviously. I mean, the best right back I think England's ever seen is Kyle Walker, personally.
Yeah, I agree.
I agree with that, so...
All right, don't forget, Drivers back tomorrow. Andy Goldstein, Darren Bent, taking your calls from 4 p.m.
And finally, we bring you genuine Hollywood royalty as our motorsports reporter, John Jackson, was on the red carpet earlier at the F1 movie premiere, bumped into superstar Brad Pitt, revealed Lewis Hamilton taught him how to drive an F1 car.
He's so kind, you know. He got in the car with me and was like, you know, I'm just, it's got to be frustrating for him. And yet he was just always so kind and so giving from beginning to the end of the film.
Brad Pitt's on talkSPORT.
Have we got Brad Pitt on talkSPORT? What is going on here? Like, seriously, this station is outrageous.
Brad Pitt is on talkSPORT. JJ, well done, JJ.
Yeah.
Get him on there, mate.
Any celebrities you'd like to teach how to drive?
Any celebrities I'd like? Not really, mate. I mean, no.
No? Is there any celebrities you'd like to be in a car with?
I mean, Brad Pitt. That'd be good, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Go around London with Brad Pitt. Opens a few doors in, mate, doesn't he? Huh?
Yeah.
He's got to open a few doors.
Yeah,
He'd rock up
you ain't
any nightclub, you go, any
anywhere.
restaurant.
I think it's probably Brad Pitt. You could rock up anywhere with him and you'd walk in.
Yeah,
Anywhere.
I think you're right, mate. They're going to find room.
They're going to find room for you. Who are you with? Jason Cundy. Nah, sorry, mate. You can't.
Just room for one.
We can get you in.
In you go,
Cundy's
Brad.
outside. Don't forget, talkSPORT brings you live updates this weekend from the Austrian Grand Prix. For all the best bits of talkSPORT every day, make sure to check out the talkSPORT Daily Podcast. Don't forget to download the talkSPORT app. You can swipe between talkSPORT, talkSPORT 2, and all of our other sister stations so you never miss a moment. You are listening to the record-breaking sports bar on talkSPORT. Me, Jamie O'Hara, and Jason Cundy. Need your help tonight. Midnight train. Get your calls in. 03 717 223344. You know the truckies are out there knocking around late at night. Give us a call. We'll have a chat. Now, our motorsports reporter John Jackson was on the red carpet earlier at the F1 Movie Premier League, and he bumped into superstar Gareth Bale, who confirmed he would like to be part owner of Cardiff City.
Not necessarily the dugout, but no, definitely be excited to be a part of an ownership group, and yeah, would love to kind of go down that route.
Are we expecting a second bid?
I can't say too much, but like I said, we would love to be a part of that Cardiff ownership and take Cardiff back where they belong.
And finally, we sort of heard rumours of Plymouth Argyle before. Was that ever an option for you, or was that just speculation?
No, I have no idea where Plymouth came from, to be honest with you, but it's always been Cardiff that we've been trying to get, and obviously being from Cardiff, it's it's obviously where I was born, where I grew up. I'm very passionate. Obviously, I know how passionate the Wales fans and the Cardiff fans are, so yeah, it's an interesting time, exciting time, and hopefully something can be done.
That'd be interesting, wouldn't it? Everyone wants to buy a football club these days.
Yes.
Should we go and buy a club?
No, nightclub.
O Beach.
Definitely not.
Time now to take a look at some of tomorrow's biggest sports stories in the back pages. Jack Cunningham joins us. Hi,
Evening, lads.
Hello, Jason.
You good? Nice weekend, lads?
Yeah, all good, mate. All good. Living the dream. Back page of The Sun. Manchester United, second bid for Brian Mbeumo is in excess of 60 mil.
Yeah, so Manchester United have now submitted their second offer for Brian Mbeumo, so it's £60 million. That looks like it's all in. Brentford is still holding out for 65 million, so looks like there's going to be a little bit of negotiation there. I think the belief is that Brentford believe they should be able to get the same amount or similar to what Manchester United paid for Matheus Cunha, which was 62.5 million. So Brentford are holding out for just that little bit more. But it feels like it's more a case of a matter of time, this deal. I think, he's agreed to go there. He's turned down all the other teams who were interested in him. He's got his heart set on going to Manchester United. Personal terms shouldn't be a problem. He's going to either triple or quadruple his wages, likely. And, it's just a case of the clubs coming towards some form of agreement. But it almost feels like it's just for sure at this point. Brentford have got to look like they've got the best deal possible, and Manchester United have also got to look like they've got the best deal possible as well.
I think it's good. I think that's a good deal. And
it's a really good deal, isn't
62, 63, whatever. Even if you end up paying 65, mate, he's a good player.
He's a good player.
He's going to get better.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we're talking about a player who last season got 20 goals in the Premier League, and he massively filled in for when Ivan Toney was banned as well. Yeah. Like, the season before, I think everyone thought Brentford were going to really struggle, but Mbeumo really stepped up. And, he's been in the Premier League for, since Brentford, and he's been top basically every single year. He's got better and better every year. I think it's a really clever signing for Man United. One thing I will say is, I suppose they don't play with wingers, so you probably have to slightly change how he plays, but he does play in the middle anyway, so it won't make too much of a difference. I just think it's a really good signing, and it should make a big difference. Having Cunha and Mbeumo is much better than their current options. Yeah, simple as that.
Indeed. Now, just over 24 hours until Chelsea play the final group match. Back page of The Sun, hot. Maresca heat makes full training impossible. There are weather warnings out in Philadelphia, code red, and they believe that the temperatures could soar to over 40 degrees. That's ridiculous. That is incredibly hot. It's been a factor, hasn't it, JC, of this tournament?
It has, yeah. I mean, so if we look at, so basically what this is actually about is Maresca saying to the media that his team have not been able to train properly, basically, since they got there. They were meant to do an open session today, where in front of sort of the fans and stuff. They came out for a very, very short period of time. There was 2 fans on the side of the pitch and everything. And by the time they left...
Just the 2 fans?
Yeah. Just the 2 fans, yeah.
I thought more... Oh, I see what you're saying. Sorry, I see what you're saying.
Is it like the... Sorry.
Oh, Jackie boys! You can't go for them, son. You can't go for them.
Sorry, it's a bit unfair there, Jack. A bit unfair.
Neil was interested in Chelsea. It is what it is, isn't it? But, yeah. that was great.
No. Go on, Macy. Sorry.
No, that was great. Sorry, yeah. So in terms of like the electric fans and stuff, and apparently by the time they left the pitch, it was 36 degrees, but it felt like 42 degrees. Yeah. And for kickoff on Wednesday morning, which is going to be 2 a.m, it's live on talkSPORT, but at 2 a.m. against Tunis, it's going to be around 37 degrees, like 80% humidity, could be even hotter than that. You know,
you can't play. I'm sorry, you can't play football in that heat.
You can't, can you?
No, like I've tried. I've been in. I've played in these out there. I've done it. I've been out there. You can't play in that heat. It's ridiculous. And like we keep going on about it and saying, "Oh, you know, we got the World Cup next year." It's a massive problem. It's a massive problem. These players are not the only. You've seen the South American teams playing well right now. They're doing all right. Well, they're used to it. They're acclimatised to it, right? They've been doing it for years. If you think you can just rock up there and do a 2-week training camp and think, "Oh, we're going to acclimatise in 2 weeks," right? You sleep maybe. To the time you can change. It takes you years to acclimatise to a proper weather condition like that. I just think it's going to be a massive problem next year in this World Cup, a huge problem. And I think they're going to have to do something about it, because you got the best players in the world coming out. All right, they got the Club World Cup now, and it's got a bit of interest. People do enjoy it. Mate, the World Cup, the whole world's watching. The whole world. You can't have players playing in 41 degrees heat.
It just gets dangerous at that point, doesn't it?
It's ridiculous.
Realistically,
it's ridiculous.
You know, if we get to the point where we've got players passing out and stuff, like
I'm telling you,
the heat and things. Do you know what I mean? Like, and that's the issue they've got is I don't think they'll do anything until it actually happens. So unless that happens in the Club World Cup this year, I can't see them making any changes, because they'll just think, "Oh, it's fine, whatever, we'll get on with it next year." But you are right when you say that. How on earth can you be expected to play football? I mean, you can barely even walk around in those sort of conditions. You can't
run
breathe.
around.
So
you literally cannot breathe. I've trained and played in them conditions. It's impossible. It's impossible.
I don't know what the answer is then, because the World Cup, what happened in '84 when the World Cup was out there? I mean, I don't expect you boys to remember, but, the temperatures can't have been much different, right? I mean, I just wondered how the heat and that affected them.
Well, I don't know. I suppose it was 1994, wasn't it? It was
94, 94. So
but come on, modern day, come on, you do
get air-conditioned stadium.
Well, air-conditioned stadium. That's what they did in Qatar, didn't they?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? You've got to be able to do something to help these players and help the tournament, because you're seeing already the players can't.
Well, there was a group
at the highest level.
Some of the squad in one of the matches had to go and watch the second half in the dressing room.
Dortmund didn't even come out for the first half.
Dortmund, the subs sat and watched the game in the dressing room.
You're a sub on the bench. You're in the dressing room. Gaffer turns around. There's no one on the bench. It's ridiculous. It is
come on,
ridiculous.
warm up. Right, give you a minute. Come on, get yourself out.
Warm up being the operative word.
Yeah,
it's more of a cool down, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a cool down. Yeah. It's England. I'm telling you now. Forget England next year in the World Cup. Forget England. I remember us in Brazil. We're absolutely useless. Forget England performing at the World Cup next year. Ain't going to happen. No matter who the manager is. You think Thomas Tuchel is going to win the World Cup? It ain't about the manager. It's about the conditions you got to play in. English players cannot cope in that weather. Back page of the Times. You've got Let's Make History. Bit of cricket here.
Yes, so England are, basically have to chase down 371 tomorrow on the final day of the first test. If they do that, it's the second biggest run chase at Headingley. It even surpasses the one in 2019, that incredible Ben Stokes innings against Australia. That was 362. So it would be an absolutely incredible victory if England could pull it off. They're 21 for naught at the moment. They managed to see off Jasprit Bumrah at the end, the last sort of 5 or 6 overs, which I think most people were expecting at least Zach Crawley to get out. So it's set up for a brilliant chase. And the thing, what England do with cricket now under Brendan McCullum, they do receive a lot of criticism because they lose maybe a lot more tests than they used to. But what they have done is they've made Test cricket exciting because they don't play for a draw. They always play to win. They're trying to win, and no matter what the score they're set, no matter what it is, they will go out there and they will try and win. They're trying to entertain fans. They're trying to make Test cricket the brilliant sport that it is. I mean, I absolutely love it. So, but I appreciate that it's not for everyone, and I think England are really trying to change that and make it exciting. And honestly, we're set up for an absolutely brilliant day. I can't wait.
And the Guardian, Lions demand to face Wallaby players in tour matches. The chief exec of the Lions touring side expects Joe Schmidt to make his Wallaby players available for their Super Rugby teams in the pre-test series over in Oz.
Yeah, of course. So this is really strange. Obviously, England are now the British and Irish Lions are now in Australia for the tour, and they're going to play a few teams ahead before they play Australia at the end. So they play Australia in the 3 tests at the end of the tour. But before that, Australia have got a few like warm-up camps and stuff, and basically the manager is not necessarily going to release the Australian players to play for their clubs for the British and Irish Lions. So basically the British and Irish Lions could be playing weakened Australian teams who haven't got the full Australia players in them. And they've basically sent a warning to Schmidt saying, we've signed a contract, you need to make sure that you release these players and make the games competitive, but also make them exciting for the fans, because otherwise you're going to get to the point where the British and Irish Lions are going to just batter these other teams, and then you're going to get to the tests and they're going to be the only ones that are going to be worth watching. So it'll be interesting to see how they balance that, but that's sort of how the situation is at the moment.
Okay. Can we get the latest from talkSPORT.com? What's going on?
Yeah, so a really interesting one. I think basically Darren Bent and Andy Goldstein were talking about Aaron Ramsdale's future. So talkSPORT understands that Southampton are willing to let him go out on loan. He's on £100,000 a week at Southampton, so they're not going to be able to cover that in the Championship. So, and also he will also be thinking about his England prospects and getting back into the team. And he's been linked with Premier League moves, he's been linked with Galatasaray, but Darren Bent actually thinks he should go to Rangers and head up to Glasgow and take on and reunite with Russell Martin there. I think the discussion around that was the fact that Rangers are a massive football club, obviously. Yes, the league is a step down, obviously, of course it is. But I think Bent believes that, it's a big opportunity for Ramsdale to establish himself again and hopefully rebuild his career, because he has got a lot of relegation on his CV, but he did do well at Arsenal that one season, so he is obviously a good goalkeeper. Just maybe needs the right club.
All right, Jack, you're a star, mate.
Cheers, JC.
See you later. Lads. Catch you later. Enjoy the rest of the evening.
All right, those are your back pages. Right, we're going to do a midnight train. Help us out. It's only worked if you get involved in the show. Anything besides sport, politics, or anything too serious. 03 717 223344. You're listening to the Sports Bar on talkSPORT with talkSPORT Bet. Download the new talkSPORT Bet app today. 18 plus. Begin with a dog.